scent is the smell most linked to memory.
Yes.
So I wanted to design scents that would remind them of Tofino. The whole product's as sustainable as possible. Come up with ideas of how the boxes can be reused. We like to focus on Canadian made as much as possible. So we've got 3 new designs coming this summer that are quite different.
It's very intentional.
Yes, Mitch is very big about that.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my facial feature series where I bring in a friend of mine or a special guest into my space and I give them a facial while we talk about something that they're truly passionate about. In today's episode number 4, I have Laurie from Merge Goods here on the island, which is where I currently am. I'm at Stillwater 10 here in Tofino. Laurie and I get into the roots of Merge and why she decided to open up here on the island, her philosophy behind the brand, and her journey on hiring the perfect employees. Seriously, they're all the best. She also gives us a little bit of behind the scenes of what she has planned for Merge's upcoming drops. I absolutely loved speaking with Laurie today and getting a little bit behind the scenes of her brand. I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as I did. Let's get into it. Welcome back to my facial features, episode number 4. Today I have a very special guest, Laurie from Merge. And why don't you just go ahead and start off by telling us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Laurie. I'm from Quebec City originally, but I've been living in Tofino for 10 years. I moved here because of surfing. I have a little 6-month-old baby boy. His name is Ari. And a dog named Frankie, and 2 step-kids named Lenny and Dove. And they're 9 and 11 years old. So yeah.
Amazing. So you moved to Tofino for the surfing?
Yes, for surfing.
Yeah.
I was 23 at the time, and I fell in love with surfing, traveling the world for a year, and I moved back to Quebec and I just missed it so much. And I was like, oh, I thought I would go back to New Zealand after another year of university, but I came here for the summer and I never left. I never ended up going to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that where you first took up surfing, is in New Zealand?
No, in Portugal actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Portugal, and then I started, like I did some classes there. I was working on a surf camp.
Amazing.
And I loved it, so I just kept moving from one surf camp to another. So I did one in France and one in New Zealand, and just loved it so much. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Just followed the passion to the waves.
Yeah.
Does that feel noticeable? So what made you decide to open up the Merge in Tofino here?
I've always wanted to be my own boss. I've always had like lots of ideas and passion projects, and I've never loved working for other people. And it was like I had a hard time asking for like vacations or believing I was doing the right thing but when I work for myself, like I don't doubt myself at all. I know it's instinctive. So that feeling just made me realize that I would want to be my own boss. And then in Tofino, I started with a jewelry line that I did at the market that did really well. And I talked to a friend of mine who was doing leather. And so we needed a bigger space to craft.
Yeah.
So we found Merged, and it started as a duo.
Okay.
And it started like as a workspace / storefront.
Yeah.
We never thought we would open a store at first for other people. It was just for the two of us to work and sell our things. And then quickly it snowballed into merging like many different aspects. And then I moved away from the jewelry. Having the store, I realized how much I love graphic design and branding and as I said, like passion project, like developing things. So a few years in, I bought my partner out and I started developing merch branded products.
Yes.
Kind of the desire to want to create things and like see beauty in everyday objects made me want to start the shop. Yeah.
Amazing. How long has Merge been open?
It's been open for 9 years. It's gonna be 9 years. Yeah, pretty soon.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so the graphic design kind of led you into starting your own line, and you guys started with like the hemp collection, right?
We started, oh my god, we started with some soaps and a knit collection, I think, for the first items we've ever developed.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we did a lot of projects. But the graphic design, that made me able to like produce, like make the branding and produce some packaging. Like I've always loved paper and paper quality. I've always fell in love with that. So I was able to work on the projects and design that, if I'm answering the question correctly. But
yeah. Did you always know that you wanted to like create your own like beauty line now that you've come out with like the hair oil, which we'll use on you in a little bit here, but the hair oil and like you said you started with the soaps, but now you have like the beautiful roll-on and the candle. Did you always kind of know that you wanted to go down that path?
No, I didn't always wanted to. I didn't know at the beginning. I just like I've been quite into the apparel world because I studied fashion design, so I have a degree in that. But so I started with a hand-knit collection with a girl in Souk. She helped me with the design and knits everything. Olan, we still work with her.
Yes.
So it started with like my desire to have like the perfect hand-knit sweater, and to develop a hat that would match it.
Yes.
And then the soap, it started because I'm big on smell, on perfume, and like I read and it really resonated with me that scent is the smell most linked to memory.
Yes.
So I wanted to design scents that it would like people would buy in the store and take home, and it would remind them of Tofino or moments they had using the soap, or like smelling one of them and being like, oh, it reminds me of this time in my life. So the self-care line started a lot because of the world of the smell. I don't know how to say, but and then being in the shop, I started realizing like, oh, a roll-on perfume, like people really like that type of product. So then I was like, okay, what scent are people into, like lavender and sandalwood, and like what kind of candles they like and why do they like those candles. And then we launched a roll-on that did amazing and still do amazing. And from there, like, just started thinking of other products that could pair well with it. Sorry. And then alongside that, I always love natural fibers and always believe in like cotton and linen and silk and hemp. And I know that the hemp as a fiber for fabric is not well represented. And I did an internship in Paris, and like the designer would just always promote natural fibers, and I kind of fell in love with that aspect of the clothing world, and I wanted to launch I loved a t-shirt that has a bit of texture and like the natural color when you can see like the cotton pieces in it. Like I love that aspect, and so I really wanted to launch a hemp and organic cotton line. I've seen that fabric before, and I was like, it's so special. And yeah, I started growing my team as well to get help to be able to produce all those things and source, and that really helped as well explode the line further, and exploring some more ideas.
Amazing. Yeah, your guys' hemp t-shirts are my favorite. I love them.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, they're such a good everyday basic that, you know, you want to have season after season. You don't need to buy a new one, but maybe you want to add a color to your like wardrobe, and they are like lifetime, and they design so simply, so you can wear them with everything.
And they're the perfect fit too. Like I like how like the shoulder length isn't like too cropped. Like it's nice and like long. I like that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's unisex, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm instructed to bring some home for my fiance. Also, your pink and yellow one I saw on your Instagram.
Oh yeah, launching soon. Yeah,
some nice spring colors. That's exciting.
Yeah, we try to have fun in the summer and then bring back more neutral for the winter. Yeah.
So you mentioned briefly about your team and your hiring process. I always find whenever I go into merge or because I do wholesale your soaps and your rollers and candles, I always find that you have the best team to like get in contact with, and they're so welcoming in the store. How do you go about hiring and finding your right people, or do they just find you?
Oh my god, I love them so much. They're so good. I don't know, like, I'm lucky, I guess, but I try to cultivate like a good lifestyle in our working environment and balance, and people have been approached mainly, and it's a small team. There's 4 right now and 3 full-time, 1 part-time, but Valerie has been with me for 5 years, and like we grow together in that as well. And I don't know, I guess I've been really lucky. Like, people have been really good, and like they say to hire better than you know, like, and they're really amazing. They're really good at what they do, and they blow my mind all the time. And it's not just me anymore. Like, Merge is a team, and it's growing, and you know, little things happen, little errors or mistakes or problems we gotta solve, and we try to discuss it as a team. And I overlook a bit what they do, but not too much. I give them a lot of freedom, and so, you know, they're pretty open-minded, and yeah, it's been really good working with them. We can chat about if something went wrong. We chat about it, and
that's nice to have someone who kind of gives you that freedom as well, just to kind of like go about your day without having to do like a step-by-step guide. I feel like that allows a lot of trust within your business.
Yeah, like, exactly. I try, like, I make sure they like that they have a life outside of work too, because it's important. And yeah,
I think that's also really important too, is just like having that work-life balance, and having someone, like especially a boss, being like, it's okay to have balance, and it doesn't have to be all about your job.
Yeah, but yeah, they're pretty passionate too. for sure.
Yeah, you can see that when you come in and like even just like talking mostly with Valerie about like just like online or Instagram and through email and stuff. They're all very, very passionate about merge.
Yeah, it's heartwarming for sure. Keeping your people happy is so important.
So important.
Yeah. What's the big seller for you? From merge that you
From merge, the roller is very popular. Yeah, people love the roller, and now that I have the candle, people are loving that.
Nice.
Yeah, but the roller is definitely definitely a bestseller for sure. Yeah, everyone loves it. It's very unique, and it definitely does give like that summer feel, but you can still wear it throughout fall. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot of freshness and warmth at the same time, which is a really odd combo to achieve.
How long did it take you guys to create that fragrance?
You know, it's been some time, but I think it took us 6 months maybe.
Okay.
But then when we launch a new products, it's a year to a year and a half of work.
Yeah.
Just like back and forth with our perfumery, and then we formulate, and there's lots of testings involved, and the graphic design, the box, and
the boxes are also very unique for your like beauty line.
Right.
Can you run us behind the thought and inspiration behind that?
Yeah, like before, like I was doing all the graphic design, and Emma, one of my team members, she like after maybe a year working with us, she was like, oh, like we can launch new products, but I think it would be nice if like we rebranded and make it more of a line. And I was like, yes, let's do it. And I knew an amazing graphic designer that I contacted, and it was an amazing process. It was so worth it. She really digged back into merge and its values, and how can we be a coastal inspired product and stand out on the market for what we sell. And she really was able to rebrand and bring the very a new take on merge, while keeping its like beachy vibes in a very elevated way, with a branding that can last for years. So I think it's just everything is teamwork. It's this one idea from someone, and then this talent from someone, and this input from someone. And also, Emma is big on sustainability, and she was like, how can we make the box, the whole product as sustainable as possible? So we work with the graphic designer to come up with ideas of how the boxes can be reused, and the bottles as well. So yeah, it's been a super fun journey, and we're pretty proud of this, what we call like second use purpose.
Yes, I love it. It's very unique. I haven't seen any, if at all, brands currently doing that.
Yeah. It's hard to feature that add-on, that inside the box there's something else to be like you can use for it, and it's focused a lot on like inner exploration, like love notes or a little bookmark to keep, and with some sweet words on it. So
it's very intentional.
Yes, Mitch is very big about that. We're big about details, attention to details, and
What's your current favorite merge product at the moment?
The new like we call it roulé sweater in black. So the hand knit sweater in black. I love it. I love mohair. It's so airy, but it keeps you so warm. Still, it's insane. I'm always cold.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that like mohair that is often knit like looser would keep me that warm.
Yeah.
But it sheds a lot at first. So it's my black one is new, so it's shedding a lot on my little boy Ari. So it's hard for me to wear it these days. Unfortunately, his hands are covered. But the more you wear it, the more it sheds, and then it just becomes, it stops, and yeah. But it's such a beautiful piece. So that would be my favorite products of the moment.
I love the toque, the matching toque for it as well.
Yeah.
So you also have a lot of other like curated beautiful goods that aren't merge brands. How do you go about selecting what's in your store?
Yeah, we like to focus on Canadian made as much as possible.
Yes.
And the goods just have to like stand out, and we just don't want to be like all the other stores. And we do a mix of like more fun, funky, and more like neutral things. And we also listen like to what people would like to have in the stores, or products we've tested ourselves. And like we really try not to have like 3 body oil, like just have one that we really believe in, that we love, that we believe in selling. And yeah, like being on social media, of course we see a lot of the new things coming out, so we try to stay on top. And yeah.
What's your favorite product at the moment that's not merge?
My favorite product of the moment, there is, I'm trying to think, every time I go in, well, Emma does most of the buying now, so I have like little surprises every time I go into the shop.
Nice, yeah.
My favorite, there's this Love Songs, I believe is the title of the book, that I was quite into. It's like photography about love.
Oh, I love that.
Beautiful, beautiful book. And I'm trying the Living Liberation. I always say it wrong.
Living Libations?
Living Libation, there you go. My French is always wanting to add letters. But the sandalwood, the green oil, I'm trying this one. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
What else? And I just revisited an old favorite, which is Café Limo, like a fizzy coffee lemonade in a can.
Oh,
so good. Yeah, for summer it's perfect. And that we just received ceramics, but I haven't seen it yet. But it's a collaboration we did with an artist in, I believe she's in Toronto.
Oh, cool.
Tony Darling, she's amazing. Yeah, and she did a design for a t-shirt coming out this summer. It's the cutest. I can't wait for it.
So you mentioned a new t-shirt with a collaboration from, you said, a woman in Toronto. Is there any other little sneak previews or hints you can give away of anything else new coming up?
We have, if I remember correctly, 2 new t-shirts coming this summer and 1 new sweater or crew neck.
Amazing. Like a graphic one?
Yeah, the graphic line, the art tops we call them. So we've got 3 new designs coming this summer that are quite different. And we are working on a new home product with a new scent.
Oh, amazing.
The scent is it's like walking into a florist store, but not just in the floral aspect, in a very green aspect as well. So we're pretty excited about this scent, and so far we're wanting to launch one home product and maybe a self-care product after. But as I said, it takes like a year to a year and a half, so we're hoping to launch this home product in the fall winter 2025. This upcoming season, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that one. And then we just have a regular, like our toque line. We're gonna have new colors. We're looking at and maybe designing a different pattern with a different fiber as well. That's it for now that I can think of quickly. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things in the works.
Absolutely.
Which always keeps it very entertaining and interesting.
Yes. And maybe one of the t-shirts, some of the graphics will come back on postcards.
Oh,
Because
cool.
people, when it comes to Tofino, like a postcard is such a good, simple little buy, and
So true.
we try to design like meaningful, fun ones.
Yeah. Finish off with my Lumi Cream, some vitamin C to really give your skin some brightness and a glow. Alright, so we're just going to go in with the lovely Merge hair oil. I use this on my client today.
You do? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she loved it. So I pointed her in the direction.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
I'm just going to go in with my reflexology scalp break. And this hits the reflexology points on the scalp, promoting deep relaxation. It's really good for sleep, for people with insomnia.
It's awesome. It feels so good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
So my last question for you, that I typically ask everyone and all my guests, is what do you do for your self-care routine or some rituals that you love to do, just to give yourself some like moments of peace? I know it's different now being a new mom.
Yeah, there's less of that, but you know, whilst going surfing is like a moment of peace for sure. Having a bath after putting the baby to bed, a bubble bath.
Nice.
I'm not the best at skin routine, but I do love putting Living Libations oil on and actually leaving it on. And it gives me a glow that I quite like, and a bit of a lip balm gloss, and a brow brush gel, like that subtle, that gives me a subtle little like, okay, I'm ready to go out. So that's like a little self-care, quick moment before leaving the house. Other than that, like if if I take a 5 minute to journal, or I have this book called One Line a Day.
Okay.
That when I think about it, and I have, well, mainly I have the time to write in it. So when I think about it before bed, I write a line or two in that book, and it's interesting because each page has 5 years.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I can read back to like 3 years ago what I wrote that day. So a page per day. Sorry, yeah.
That's cool.
So those are like little self-care routine, like good for my mental that I do. Yeah.
I love that. That's a cool book. I like that you can.
Yeah,
go
One Line a
back.
Day. It's called. Yeah. You can go back. You're like, oh my god, it's crazy how life changes.
Yes.
Oh, now I'm a mother, and 3 years ago I was just surfing down Mexico. Yeah.
So you've had it for a couple years now.
I've had it for, it's the 4th year.
Amazing.
But it's not every day that I write in it.
Yeah.
There's moments of the years that are busier than others, but
For sure.
it's really interesting.
Amazing. How are you feeling?
Pretty awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and allowing me to film your facial experience today and being part of my facial features.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, of course. And I will put all of Merge's information in the description box below so people can find you.
Oh, cool. Thank you.